So let's look at the demand curve, okay, or the firm's revenue under monopoly or monopolistic conditions. Now, in case of either a monopoly or monopolistic condition, what happens is that the higher sales of the firm can only be achieved on reduction of prices, right? The price can be there up to a point in time, right? But if you want to increase the sales, the total revenue, it can be achieved only when there's a reduction in the prices. The total revenue, now in this graph, if you see, we have quantity on this side, we have total revenue on this particular axis, right? The total revenue increases. So from beginning, as you start selling more and more commodities or more and more quantity of output, right, the total revenue keeps on increasing, reaches maximum. It has reached the maximum at point A and then starts falling. So if you still keep on increasing the number of units which are sold, the quantity which is sold, then the total revenue will start falling, right? The total revenue curve, in this case, this is the total revenue curve, the only curve actually which we have in this, the blue one, is an inverse U-shaped curve. What that means is, as the number of units which are sold increase, it keeps on increasing, reaches a maximum, and then it starts falling at the other end, resulting in a U shape. Let's look at the demand curve or the firm's revenue under monopoly. In case of monopoly, the producer may have a particular price at which he is selling a defined number of goods, right? Both the average revenue and the marginal revenue, right? This is the average revenue curve, this is the marginal revenue curve. Both of them keep on decreasing as the output or the quantity sold is increased. So the average revenue as well as the marginal revenue decrease when the output is increased. And one thing you need to note here is that the marginal revenue is less than average revenue. So if, let's say for example, if I look here for this particular output, right, the marginal revenue is this much. Let's call this as P1. For the same point, the average revenue is P2, which is higher than the marginal revenue. Therefore, you can say that the average revenue is always greater than marginal revenue, right? Although both of them are downward sloping.